And here we go, World D. World C was rough, but this is also still pretty fucking bad. It's like World 8, but probably a bit worse. What the fuck with that jump? So yeah, prepare for probably the toughest platforming the game has to offer. If I remember, all these levels suck, but I think D3 might be the worst. Because basically just imagining everything you've had to deal with 8-3 in this game and the original Mario Brothers 1 on steroids. It's finally almost over. After this, we can play a much better Mario game, or a better game in general. What? You say you want to go to Mario 3 right away?
I mean, that's the plan, isn't it? Oh! I didn't think that far ahead.
You don't want to play original Mario Land? It takes like half an hour, man. That's nothing. Besides, that game, a lot of people really like Mario Land 1. I've never really felt much for it, to be fair. It's weird, but that's like the only quirk it has going for it. It's weird, that's all it's really been to me. Oh, he missed the block!
No, even if sometimes they just say fuck you and just jump to the
Also,
bottom.
sometimes do jump down straight to the bottom, yes. That is also true.
See?
He did, like, narrowly miss it again, I think. But either way, yeah, they do sometimes jump down. Oh, God. Oh, God, it just reminded me again of another conversation me and Coda had when playing this game before. Since some of the levels have been bad, I was thinking, can you think of, like, a video game level that could be, like, your personal gaming hell? Like, maybe the second Fortress stage in Mega Man X6. That is probably decent.
So far,
That
might
is probably,
actually be the one.
that is probably a pretty decent contender, to be fair.
Yeah.
It's annoyingly long, with two of the worst bosses in the series, not to mention some of the worst platforming conceived of in the series.
Because I could argue, like, maybe you could argue the X7 stuff would be more than
I was gonna say, that's the final level X7. It's not really hard, although the very ending. Oh. It's also probably the longest stage in any Mega Man game I've ever played. Then again, that's probably the game's fault.
It's also because it follows the same principle that a lot of Mega Man games have borrowed in the past with the fucking boss rush.
Yeah, but then again, Mega Man ZX Advent's final stage is pretty bad too.
Yeah.
Difficult platforming. 2 boss gauntlets. Well, 4 bosses each, but still. And then the fucking final boss fucking sequence. Jesus. Listen, the fact in the ZX Legacy Collection, they picked that as a frickin' stage for their Z runner for you to speed run through. And the world record time's like 8 minutes.
Yeah.
That's really fucking long. Most of the others are like a minute or less. The final stage 01 is like 3 minutes. The final stage 03 is like 5 or 6 minutes. But ZX Advance is like 8.5. With like one of the best AI times they have. Like the highest ranking AI time is like 10 minutes. It's like the AI they have in there that like really knows what it's doing. And it takes like 10 minutes. God, that stage is brutal.
I'm trying to think about other gaming hells. So a lot of that
The
was...
last stage of Sticker Star! How'd you even get this far?
Sticker Star in its entirety.
That really is something one of the worst games you've ever played, huh?
It's, the thing is, like, with Sticker Star, it's like the more that I sat down to think about it, the more I start to realize that fundamentally that game sucks.
Just remember, that game got good reviews when it came out, too. Like, what the fuck were the people thinking at the time?
They probably saw Paper Mario and just assumed it would be good.
And going back to turn-based, people appreciate it. I think, like, a couple months afterwards, people let it stew, they were like, wait a minute, this fucking sucks. I remember I was willing to go through the whole fucking thing. I thought I enjoyed.
did beat it, and I thought I liked it at first.
Yeah,
but
I
then my friend was talking to me about it.
He's like, this game sucks. And you looked at it, it's like, you know what, that was really annoying. You know what, that was really annoying. You know what, that was... Why the fuck did I like this game?
Yeah.
That was me when I was replaying it. I think I got to Chapter 3, which is known as, like, the worst part of the game. I was just like... yeah, I don't really like playing this anymore. That's why a lot of the Paper Mario fandom, if they try to do, like, playthroughs of the game, they don't even do a playthrough of the game. They just fucking go over the game and why they fucking hate it.
Yeah.
Like, I I think I ran him as like Chugga Conroy.
Chugga Conroy is the most famous one for that.
He didn't even do an LP of it. He just went over all the things
he went
fucking
through every
hated.
single chapter and every single video in like thorough detail.
It took him 3 videos, I think, to do the whole thing. Yeah. I'm the crazy person who's going to be willing to go through the whole fucking thing, because I'm going to fucking give the game its full analysis in full and hate it. Well, just you wait. Super Paper Mario is going to be coming up next for me, and that's going to suck too. Remembering everything that's bullshit about that game. Say please to me 3 more times, so I give you this 20-character fucking code for you to enter so you can actually progress in the fucking game. Oh! Oh, you need to collect rubies to be able to get through this level. How do you run on this fucking wheel for 5 minutes straight so you can get enough rubies to get the code to get all the rubies you need to get through the level? Oh! The more I remember, the more aggravating it gets. That game did not value your time. That's probably the thing I hated most with Super Paper Mario. It didn't value your time.
It did feel like there was a lot of
filler.
Yes. That was the big thing about it when I played
Chapters 2, 5, and 7 probably had the worst at that.
Yeah.
2 had the Ruby segment. Not that bad, but still mostly a time waster. 5, which I think is the most infamous with that fucking guy.
Yeah.
Remember that part you love about entering that character's name in chapter 4000 your door? How did you do that repeatedly? And then you enter this combination, which you're very likely going to have to write it down, because there's no way in hell you're probably going to memorize that shit. Oh, God. And then chapter 7. There's stage 2, where they literally make you go backwards for some stupid little task you progress through the level. And then there's just level 3 in that chapter. Oh, she's asleep. Gotta find the right fucking apple to wake her up. Wanna explore the whole stage and go fucking find her? Oh, God. I feel like I'm gonna rage when I go through Super Paper Mario again. I just have that feeling.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think about other games I played, because I don't, like, when I think of games that I just don't really like, I just...
You usually put them down and not play them again.
Yeah, or I either put them down because I don't want to finish them, like, because they aren't my type of game. Like Witcher 2 is a pretty good example where it's just, the game's probably fine, but it just doesn't click with me personally.
Right.
Despite the characters actually being cool and all, but it's just like, at that point I can probably just look at other pieces of media to try and get it. Specifically the books in this case.
Right.
Because the game just doesn't click for me, unfortunately.
Yeah. It's kind of hard for me to think of my personal gaming hell. I can't really think of like a game's level I've like hated to the absolute degree of never wanting to do it
Gate one is probably one of the roughest ones. I jokingly say the King Fortress, but I actually like the King Fortress.
King Fortress 2 is another big one. Yep.
But I actually like the King Fortress. I'm the freak of nature that actually likes it.
Well, I think X6's second Fortress stage is probably worse.
Oh, it's infinitely worse. Especially Gate Fortress as X specifically. You have to put that into perspective. Because when you're 0, it's not bad exploring it.
Yeah.
When you're X, on the other hand, get fucked.
Yeah, that is true. If you don't have the blade armor or have certain equipment, good luck.
Yeah. That would be a good personal hell.
No, you gotta do it right. You gotta go through that stage with the shadow armor. Somehow it sounds even worse to go through with just plain X.
I'm trying to think about other games that I've played.
Yeah, I beat that Fortress stage with...
I would jokingly say, anything related to Sonic Episode 4, but that's less about the game being bad and more about the game being bland.
Mad Space I could somewhat debate a little bit.
Debatable.
Then again, a lot of that game's better than a lot of Sonic 06. I can't think of one from Sonic 06. That game's so forgettable to me. Probably one of the silver levels. I had to pick one. Probably like...
If they wanted to pick one, you could pick the
probably
very
one
last...
where you had to fucking get those giant balls through those mazes into the holes.
Or you could...
That one sucked.
Or you could do the very last level.
See, I don't even remember it. That's how long it's been.
So the very last level is basically has a bunch of these friggin' eyes showing up all over the place that can instantly kill you.
Like, I remember beating the game once, and I never, ever touched it again. So, that was probably 17 years ago.
I can't really say anything on Sonic 06 because I haven't played it as the thing, so that one wouldn't really work for my case.
Yeah. Oh, I got one. Eggman Land. Unleashed. Oh! Whoever thought that stage was a good idea for how long it was. I want to punch you in the face. That stage is murder. Especially once you realize there's a time trial thing for all the stages in the game, too.
Sonic Boom. There.
That whole game is a travesty. Eggman Land from Sonic Unleashed, I can definitely say is one. Especially if you're trying to do the time trial. Because you died once. You had to do the entire stage again. The whole freaking thing. And considering how wonky some of the fucking wolf shit is, werehog shit is, oh, horrible, just horrible. God, just thinking about it hurts me. Oh, let me see. I can't think of like a. Is there a segment of Metroid Other M I consider a fucking personal hell?
There are things I consider bullshit in Other M, but call it personal hell? Probably not.
The Metroid Queen fight, maybe?
Like I said, that's not really so much of a personal hell as much as bullshit.
Yeah.
Where it's like, oh, you can use the power bomb. We're not going to tell you that you can use it, but you can use it. You fucking idiot.
Yeah. Boost Guardian fight. Or Omega Pirate.
Omega Pirate, I'd say more so.
I love Boost Guardian GameCube.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Oh, that does sound horrible, trying to relive that. Sorry, Boost Guardian GameCube Hard Mode. Just make it even worse. Oh, God. That does hurt. Playing original Crash Bandicoot 1. And some people apparently don't like the remake because some people thought the fact that Crash Bandicoot was on the PS1 was part of its charm. It's not the same when it's not its blocky nature.
I think some people are just trying to find some excuse to justify it.
Well, some people say the graphical style clashes a little bit with the Spyro trilogy. Well, some people said basically like some of their rough designs kind of left their like faces to their imagination, and then they feel like the designs that came with the Reignited trilogy feel bland.
I mean, that's something that comes with the.
I mean, it's like saying that the things on the PS1 weren't bland because they didn't have great graphical capability. I mean,
you can argue that maybe there was imagination that needed to be brought up because of it, but.
Another one I have, like, for personal gaming hell. The last chapter, Metal Gear Solid 4.
That's more tedium. That's more of a chapter in tedium than anything else.
The fucking microwave segment.
That's why I say that's more of an exercise in tedium.
I was saying, I don't know if like you failing that means you have to do that over again, but if it does, oh, I would never want to touch that again. No. Although Chapter 3 wasn't fun either. Having to follow that dude around fucking 5 different parts of the city was so stupid. Yeah, that was like the whole fucking chapter! I don't think it's a Mario Sunshine stage I hated that bad. Although Noki Bay might be up there.
Would I debate anything from no. Galaxy 1, Galaxy 2 are generally.
The perfect run! Hey, that's supposed to be a challenge. I can accept that.
As someone who did suffer through that a lot, but that was mostly because I was too stupid to understand the concept of ducking.
It's the final challenge. It's understandable.
Yeah.
Besides, I do like it. It's just my incompetence that keeps screwing me over. I still love that I taught Coda that you can basically duck and spin under the boomerang bros. Their boomerangs will never hit you. I'll say, I remember that from watching one of the freaking like old Nintendo Minute things you used to have on the Wii back, the Nintendo channel back in the day. Ah, those are the old school days. Is there a really shitty Zelda dungeon? The Great Bay Temple in Majora's Mask.
I was gonna jokingly say, oh, Breath of the Wild, nerdy nerd.
That's not really hell, that's just boring as fuck.
That can be hell.
Yeah.
Boredom can be its own flavor of hell.
And it had DLC that had a 5th one of those. At least Tears of the Kingdom was a little better, but they still stunk. For the most part. Oh, God. But yeah, I think Great Bay Temple is one of the worst. Majora's Mask. The fucking water puzzle shit. Ugh. I hated that so much. You know, the time limit made any dungeon in Majora's Mask not fun.
That's why I don't have the greatest motivation to want to give that game a chance.
Yeah. If we ever LP it, I'll be there to help you to try to tell you where to do things. I have memorized the game for the most part at this point, and I'm still not a big fan of it. Like, ugh. The water temple we're gonna have time. It's almost tedious, not really.
I only know how that works effectively because I abuse Ferori's Wind.
That does help. That does actually help a lot, when I think about it.
Because you're basically giving yourself teleport points when you're basically done in certain areas or whatever.
Yeah, that does help get rid of some of the tedium. Yeah, I keep forgetting to... I never make use of Ferori's Wind. That's probably my problem. Oh, finally made it across and we got fucking bit. His first stage is not fun either. And I think D2 is the only one that's not that bad. It's still bad, but not that bad. Not like this and the later 2 stages will be.
I'm trying to think about all the games I've played and just trying to...
I mean, there's a lot to dig into.
Because, like, I can't really sit here and think about a lot of the games I played are bad. The ones I think are bad, I can't really call it a personal hell, but it's just something that happens. But it's in DuckTales Remastered for the Steam version in particular.
Labyrinth Zone! Sonic 1.
Yep.
That's a good one.
I'm specifically going to bring up DuckTales Remastered, the Steam version, mostly because of the one particular bullshit.
Oh yeah, there's a glitch in that version, that's right.
A glitch in that version where it basically crashes. While yes, there is a thing to get past it, the fact that you can't really see through the cutscene the entire way because it just breaks.
Ugh, yep. I forgot that the Steam version of that had issues, or the PC version.
Yeah, it's like every other version seems to be fine with it, but like PC version, it just breaks.
Way forward, I don't think optimized a lot of their stuff for PC typically.
Yeah.
And again, they were mostly used developing for Nintendo consoles.
And also mobile.
Yeah, Apple Arcade did. They do have Way Forward based under their Apple Arcade stuff. I keep forgetting about that. I think they have another game coming out soon, too. It's like Yars Rising or something? I think they're saying it's like one of the most ambitious games they themselves have created. I haven't really looked at it, though.
Well, for their sake, that they get what they want. I mean, I trust their judgment. They haven't really done anything I would say is terrible.
They've almost like seemed like they're going to like double A territory. I guess they've kind of been there for a while.
They've been there, I feel.
There's a bigger indie studio is what they are. Like
a real single A. They promote a single A.
Yeah. What's everybody else then? B or C?
Lowercase
A. That just reminded me of something else. I forgot. Limited Run Games also had a showcase. One of the announcements from that might piss you off that it exists.
I know I saw it, but I can't remember what it was.
A Bubsy collection!
Oh, that was at the end. I missed that entire thing. That entire announcement for Bubsy.
I'm scared if 3D's gonna be in there.
The thing that I took the most interest from that entire event was the Gex.
Yeah, that was the big one they announced, like, I think, earlier this year or late last year. Because they have, what is it, Limited Run Games has, like, some, like, weird, like, carbon engine or something that, like, it, like, really polishes up a lot of the, like, older graphics of older games.
I would like to see Gex make a comeback.
Yeah. I didn't realize, apparently people hate the 3D ones. Apparently the first one was niche but interesting, and apparently the second and third were not great. Or at least whatever 3 was. Does that Enter the Gecko?
I think.
Yeah, I think people hated that one at least. Oh, Gex. Yeah. I mean, Bubsy could revive. I'd rather Gex get revived than fucking Bubsy. Oh, you guys ever had an excuse to play Bubsy 3D just to realize how terrible it is? Oh, they actually polished it to make it control the way it's supposed to?
Imagine if it actually turns out to be the best Bubsy it ever was.
It had this potential, it just controlled like ass. Like, I don't know how you can do the controls so bad they're like misresponsive. Like it moves not the way it's supposed to. How the fuck do you fuck that up so bad? Like, Jesus Christ. That is a mystery.
I hear like things about the world being a blessing and all that. Yeah, you see things like the Bubsy collection existing. I'm like, I don't think that's proof of. I think that's proof that this is a punishment. It has to be. There's no way no normal person would justify having something like this exist again after it failed this hard.
There's an audience for it, I'm sure. There's an audience for it.
What do you think there's an audience for it?
Well, I mean, that's what a lot of streamers will go for. They know something's bad, they'll play just for laughs, just so they'll get cred. That's why people play fucking Gollum, for crying out loud. And that freaking Kong Skull Island game last year.
Yeah.
People play bad games because they're bad because they'll get a good laugh. That's why I want to play The Quiet Man. Ugh. Oh, yeah, that was like the worst ever published Square Enix. Well, one of the worst published Square Enix games. Oh, God. Yeah. The fact that Bubsy's getting a collection at all. People think the 2D platformers are actually good. I haven't played them, so I can't say for certain, but I really wonder now.
I just don't have enough care for Bubsy because as a character, he just doesn't seem appealing.
I don't think so either. And snarky platforming mascots were the thing in the 90s.
Thanks a lot, Sonic.
Yeah, I guess he is the one that really started
He really
that
is the
trend.
one that started it.
Yeah.
If you want to blame anyone, blame him.
Yeah. I said, I can't think of any other, like, snarky, like, platforming characters back then. Don't think the NES had anything like that, or anything of that.
That was the thing about Sega in particular and the Genesis. It really emphasized that snarkiness.
Yup.
Or at least that's what everybody took away from it from the face value thing.
Yeah.
For what it's worth, I think Sonic has a little bit more going on. It's
I wonder if
just...
the marketing for the Genesis as a whole probably gave that attitude because the Sega does what Nintendo does, Nintendo.
I mean, that tribalism is probably what plagued a lot of gaming, to be fair.
Yeah.
It's the advertising aspect that sort of gave that tribalistic attitude sort of deal. Because the reality of it is that most people don't really give a shit.
Yeah.
And even like the developers and the companies themselves, or like the competition companies themselves, actually have respect for each other, which is the biggest irony of it all.
Yeah. It is. It is fun though when they can have some mindless fun with it, like the fucking.
It is nice to see them having fun with it.
Like the Crash Bandicoot ads, fucking outside Nintendo headquarters.
Like I think. I can argue that they probably have fun with it.
Yeah. It is nice they have fun with it. Like, yeah, they can be snarky and have some fun with it. I know people like to mock Sega Sony right now, so their banner, the motto they've always had for fucking PS5, greatness awaits. Feel like, greatness awaits, and waits, and waits, and waits. God damn, is there anything good to play on this thing? That we can't play on PC already? And since all their games are single player anyway, you don't really need a PS5 to be fair.
Well, they're gonna make you have to get the PlayStation account or whatever.
Oh yeah, for a lot of PC games, that Helldivers 2 basically started a thing of.
Yep.
I mean, it was a little iffy for Helldivers 2, because I guess technically Sony helped fund the game, but I didn't even think it was like necessarily a Sony product, Helldivers 2.
The problem is that
At least the other ones like Horizon and God of War, they did that, it makes sense.
the problem is like if they do that, some countries are gonna be basically
Fuck.
locked out of getting the game.
Yep.
because-
Yep, that's the big thing, yep, because they don't have, Sony console access, or access to the PSN at least.
The PlayStation Network.
Yep. And Sony was the most hard up on money of the console publishers, so makes sense they haven't expanded that far. You got a main thing like, I guess, a lot of the main European countries towards London or wherever they're headquartered. America and Japan. I'll say, I don't think they really have a lot going in Australia. And I would imagine a lot of other, like, southern countries don't have much either. But yeah, it's really isolated to just Japan, America, and, like...
Europe?
Yeah, like the western part of Europe. Everything else is pretty much isolated from it.
Yeah. And it basically screws everybody else over because now they gotta sit here and access this remote network just to have a justification to be able to play something on a PC.
Mm-hmm. Yep. They're starting on the Microsoft route, though, because they realized publishing their formerly first-party games on PC still gets them revenue. Because they're getting revenue for all the people that are buying their software.
Although whether or not the company succeeds or not, or going to survive or not, even if they do good.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah. I mean, they did basically break down all their Japanese studios to form up the one that was doing VR shit.
Yeah.
And I love that that was the big complaint people had of the new Astrobot trailers. Like, this game not VR? Are you kidding me? I was hoping this would be VR. It's like, yeah, okay. Let's take one of the best exclusives they probably had in a long time and put it to the niche freaking VR crowd. Just because they debuted on VR, they experimented with VR, doesn't mean it should be stuck there. Like, what the fuck?
Oh.
Yes! Oh! 3 to go!